Now fire that thing!
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the games play. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalized, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85 inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know who it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Productions. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.T.O.D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? Thanks for shout out to my boy J Boogie for that intro, you know what I'm saying, the Knicks closer. But like I said, we just gonna get, without further ado, we just gonna get right to it. Like I said, the last time I was on was like the Giants and Cowboys live stream, and that game didn't go like the way I thought it was gonna go, you know. And like I said, it was the first game of the season, rainy, sloppy weather, but like I said, I thought it was gonna be good. I thought it was a game that the Giants was gonna win, but the results didn't turn out that way. I mean, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I said, I'm gonna be straight up. I mean, that game we got washed like prison draws. I mean, the Cowboys stick it to us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's the first game of the season. And, you know, to me, that game was an anomaly. But, you know, things like that happen. So, you know, we just brushed it off and moved on. We had to put that in the rearview mirror and go on to week 2, you know, against the Arizona Cardinals, a game that we were predicted to win. So, I mean, it wasn't surprising, you know, if we won a game or not. But like I said, but the way that game started out, I mean, we lost a Cowboys game 40-0. And then we came out in the Arizona game 20-0 by halftime. We was down 20-0. Nothing was going right. Everything was going wrong again, and leaving Giants fans wondering like, yo, man, what's going on? You know, so it's just like, here we go again. But you know what I'm saying? But then what happened? A little funny thing happened. The second half happened, and it was a tale of two halves. You know, Daniel Jones came alive and the Giants came alive, you know. And it was like an epic comeback, like I said, down 20-7 at halftime. Like I said, from reports and things that I've heard, they're saying Brian Daboll took over the play calling in the second half, you know, but that's been refuted. That story's been refuted, but who knows, you know, if Kafka, Daboll called it. All I know is in the second half, we made adjustments, we changed. And I think some of it was because of the offensive line, because in that game, Andrew Thomas was out, you know, our starting left tackle, he was out, so the Giants had to shuffle the line. So it went, and Josh Azudu was the left tackle with Ben Bredesen as the left guard. The center was John Michael Schmitz. Right guard was a new starter, was Marcus McKeithen, and also Evan Neal at right tackle. And I think, you know, it was a makeshift line, so, you know, they're going to take their lumps. You know, these guys they was just putting together, so I guess that's what caught the Giants, you know, off by surprise, because they came out the gate, they were flat, couldn't run the ball, couldn't do nothing, couldn't pass the ball. So I think that's when they went in the locker room, got a halftime pep talk from Brian Daboll, came out in the second half, you know, and changed things around. And I mean, it was epic, man. It was a tale of two halves. I mean, the first half, the Giants fans was probably pulling their hair out, going crazy, throwing stuff at the screen. I know people was like wanting Brian Daboll to get fired. You know, they wanted Daniel Jones benched, you know, things like that. It's like, man, call them a high school team, this and that. But like I said, they weathered the storm, and in the second half, they came back and made it a respectable game and also earned the win. Not before, but I also got the video. But instead of me telling you, I'm going to show you. But before that, I'm going to tell you about the stats of Daniel Jones in the first half. Like I said, he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't, you know, real sharp. The Giants didn't look good. But in the second half, Daniel Jones is the only quarterback in history to go 17 for 21 in the second half, over 250 yards passing, 50 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, two throwing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, no turnovers. He's the only player he's the only quarterback in history to do that. Like I said, the second half was like a legendary second half. It's like it was a tale of two halves and stuff like that. But he was also the only quarterback since Michael Vick that did it against the Redskins in 2010. But overall, his game stats was 26 of 37 for 321 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 interception, and he had 9 carries for 59 yards. But Danny Dimes, the man they call Danny Dimes. But like I said, I'm gonna play the highlights, and you can see for yourself and watch the comeback. Let me just cue it up right now. So once I find it, and this is all courtesy of NFL Network. Got to give the NFL Network a shot. This is the comeback of Daniel Jones.
Jones and the comeback for Hodgins, who's able to get away from a defender, and he's got the first down. It was Marco Wilson who was lunging in front of Hodgins, and Hodgins is able to spin away for a dozen. Jones over the middle. That is a clutch throw and a clutch catch by Waller. Go! Arizona bringing some pressure. Gets picked up. Jones has a wide open release, and Barkley spins his way to a first down.
Hey, D, you got to put your camera on. You got to put your camera on.
Jones gets rid of it to Hodgins. First down to the 44-yard line. And let's see if Brian Dable uses that last timeout. It looks like he will. This is the 99th year of Giants football. We start from the 25. Jones is going to go deep. Got a man out there. And it is caught by the rookie, Jalen Hyatt. His first NFL catch is a huge one.
Let's see if they can execute the rest of the second half.
Second and 7.
D, you got to connect your microphone.
Got the space. And a touchdown. An inspired opening drive in the second half for the Giants, and Daniel Jones showing a little emotion. Deep drop, Jones. Got a man wide open in Slayton, and he gets away. Down inside the Arizona 35-yard line. 4-man twist. Jones steps away from it. And now has to run. He's going to try to beat Barnes in the open field. Excellent run by Daniel Jones. Back-to-back 75-yard touchdown drives for the Giants after a dreadful first half.
So all
Jones
second half highlights.
Gets away, throws on the run to Slayton for a first down. Jones off another fake. He's got an over route for Darren Waller. And he takes it down to the Arizona 40-yard line.
Clark.
Jones didn't have the out route for Waller, so instead takes it himself and runs it for about 9. They're able to move the chains. Campbell in motion. Fake to Barkley. Throw over the middle and a first down to Waller again. Jones is going to pass. Looking for Barkley. Diving to the pylon. In for the touchdown. What an effort by Saquon Barkley to get the score. Every scoring play is reviewed. They'll take a look, but he banged the pylon for 6. Go! Fake to Barkley to start it. Jones was looking deep. Nothing there, so he'll run it. And an athletic play to stay in bounds and pick up a first down. They are looking to take a shot, and they will take a shot. Going up top for Hyatt, and the rookie does it again. Down to the 18 of Arizona.
Got that play to Hyatt.
Fake to Barkley. Wide open Waller over the middle.
Waller over the middle.
Down. Jones throws. End zone shot. It's caught.
Ooh, going through that tight window. You see that tight window he's throwing through?
They're an extra
Yeah,
point
I told you,
away.
Daniel Jones can make all the throws. You know, I know some people say he's not a good quarterback, he can't do this, but Daniel Jones can make all the throws.
On first down, Jones stepping up, taking a shot for Slayton, and he's got it inside the Arizona 40.
Take a tour of a place from the comfort of your phone.
Who is lunging in front of Hodgins, and Hodgins is able to spin away for a dozen. Jones over the middle. That is a clutch throw and a clutch catch by Waller. Arizona bringing some pressure. Gets
going into the flats right here to Saquon.
Picked up. Jones has a wide open release, and Barkley spins his way to a first down against Kayvon Wallace, the former Eagle. Jones gets rid of it to Hodgins. First down to the 44-yard line. And let's see if Brian Dable uses that last timeout. It looks like he will. This is the 99th year of Giants football. We start from the 25. Jones is going to go deep.
First
Got
play
it
of
out
the
there.
second half.
And it is caught by the rookie, Jalen Hyatt. His first NFL catch is a huge one.
Let's see if they can execute the rest of the second half.
2nd and 7 here, KP. Jones keeps it. Got the space. And a touchdown. An inspired opening drive of the second half for the Giants. And Daniel Jones showing a little emotion. Deep drop, Jones. Got a man wide open in Slayton, and he gets away. Down inside the Arizona 35-yard line.
Danny Downs on these downs.
Four-man twist. Jones steps away from it. And now has the run. He's going to try to beat Burns in the open field. Excellent run by Daniel Jones. Back-to-back 75-yard touchdown drives for the Giants after a dreadful first half. Jones under pressure, gets away, throws on the run to Slayton for a first down. Jones off another fake. He's got an overroute for Darren Waller. And he takes it down to the Arizona 40-yard line.
Good shot, Clark.
Jones didn't have the out route for Waller, so instead takes it himself and runs it for about 9. They're able to move the chains. Campbell in motion. Fake to Barkley. Throw over the middle and a first down to Waller again. Jones is going to pass. Looking for Barkley. Diving to the pylon. In for the touchdown. What an effort by Saquon Barkley to get the score. Every scoring play is reviewed. They'll take a look, but he banged the pylon for 6. Go. Fake to Barkley to start it. Jones was looking deep. Nothing there, so he'll run it.
Just one.
And an athletic play to stay in bounds and pick up a first down. They are looking to take a shot, and they will take a shot.
That's 31-yard bomb.
For Hyatt, and the rookie does it again.
31 yards.
18 of Arizona. Fake to Barkley. Wide open Waller over the middle on a first down. Jones throws. End zone shot. It's caught.
That was a tight window. That was a tight window right there.
They're an extra point away from coming all the way back.
Perfect pass. Yep. So that was the comeback right there. You seen the comeback right there. You seen Daniel Jones making all the passes, RPOs, handoff, short passes, intermediate passes, long bombs, whatever, all tight passes, tight spiral, just right on point. That's what I'm saying. The only thing was, like I said, if this offensive line can get it together, give them some time, and also open up holes for the run game, our offense will be explosive. But like I said, everything depends on the offensive line holding up. Like I said, those are just some of the highlights. But of course, like I said, in the first half, there was a lot of things that went wrong in the first half. What guys missing assignments, guys wasn't blocking, letting guys in there. And like I said, Daniel had no time to throw the ball. He had to run out the pocket, do things like that. But like I said, that's part of the growing pains, with the offensive line. These guys are gonna, eventually gonna get it together. Like I said, they just gonna have to settle on a good offensive line and see where they're going to, who's going to be playing and who's going to be benched in this game, Mark Lewinsky already got benched. He was the first person that got benched, but he came back in the game later on in this game because the left guard, Ben Bredesen, had a concussion, so he had to leave the game. So Lewinsky came off the bench. But like I said, if that didn't happen, Lewinsky was sitting on that bench because so far in the first the first game, his play was horrible. So it was just like Giants had to make some changes on the offensive line, and also they had to do it because Andrew Thomas got hurt in that first game also. So he was out. So they had to do some shuffling on the line, so it started with for left tackle. They went with Joshua Ezeudu at left tackle, and then they put Bredesen at the left guard. The center was going to be John Michael Schmitz. But like I said, in Glowinski's place, he was benched, and they put in Marcus McKeithen, who was out last year. We drafted him last year, but he tore his ACL last year, so he was out for the season. So this was really his first action that he saw, and his performance was like for a guy who's missed the whole season, and also this is his first action. He did okay. He just got to get more reps and things like that, and also he got to trust that knee. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we'll give him some time, but like I said, with Bredesen and Glowinski, like I said, Glowinski, he needed to be benched because, like I said, the right side of our line was part of the problem. So Glowinski and Evan Neal. Now, Evan Neal, in this game, it looked like he got some help in this game from Bellinger and Waller, some tight ends to chip block and things like that, because we need that protection. If we're going to have explosive plays, we need the line to hold up for some protection. We need at least about 3 to 5 seconds. I know it's in the NFL, that's an eternity. Most quarterbacks only have about 2 seconds to throw the ball. But if you only got 1.5 seconds, you're not going to make too many plays. And that's what Daniel Jones had against the Cowboys is 1.5 seconds. That's not enough time to, to throw the ball downfield and do things like that. So we just got to pick up our offensive line, and the trenches got to pick that up. But like I said, but this game was all about second half comeback. We shouldn't have been down in this game to the Arizona Cardinals. This is a game we shouldn't have fell behind, but stranger things happen. It happened, like I said. But good thing in the second half, like I said, Daniel Jones and the Giants came alive. The play calling changed. The protection was there. It looked like they probably went to 12 personnel, to get extra linemen, extra help on the line to block, so that way we can just go to some passing plays. Because they wasn't doing too good with the run, but being down 20-0, you got to make up some ground. You can't just keep pounding the ball. That's going to shorten the game. So we had to do some chunk plays to get back in the game, and that's exactly what we did. So that was a great thing. Like I said, this game right here, like I said, Daniel Jones was like I said, it was like a tale of two halves. First half, he was very pedestrian, but like I said, that's because the way the line was playing and also the defense was playing. Second half, like I said, he had a second half for the ages, what I'm saying? No other quarterback in history did what he did in the second half, threw for over 250 yards, 50 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 59 yards rushing, no turnovers. That's the big thing. No turnovers is like, so every possession that the Giants had, they scored on it. They executed and they did what they had to do. So in this next one, I'm also going to show you, I'm going to have from also NFL Network, Brian Baldinger is going to break it down also. So let me pull that up and watch Baldy's breakdown. Beep, beep. Let's go with Baldy break down the game. I do like NFL Network. Brian Baldinger breaks it down good. So I was good. Guys, I listen to NFL Network. Listen to his breakdown of this Giants comeback against the Cardinals.
Giants comeback at one point down 20-0 and 28-7. But in the first half, they were just gutted. Like Joshua Dobbs goes 23 yards right through the heart of this Giants defense.
That was crazy.
14-0. Like they didn't come to play. You watch this right here. Daniel Jones to Saquon Barkley. Little option route. Right through his hands and into the hands of Jalen Thompson. I mean, they couldn't do anything right.
Daniel Jones,
3 turnovers
on season.
In the run game, like, they should be better than this. Like, where's Kayvon? Kayvon is right here trailing the play. Why is he hesitating? Now James Conner's gone. Not just gone, but ripping off runs of like 22 yards. And how about this one right here? A weak side outside zone. Be good if somebody got off a block. But James Conner not only gets off the block, but he makes one guy miss and breaks one tackle after another. The Giants couldn't tackle. They couldn't block. They couldn't cover. They couldn't do anything right here. For 21 yards, James Conner goes. And then after they made it 26-7 in the third quarter, Joshua Dobbs, really? A quarterback keeper for a 2-point try to go up 28-7 with 9:39 to go in the third quarter. And things were looking bleak in the desert. Well, that would change quickly. They started making plays. They started doing these speedo routes. All right, here comes Slayton in motion right here. Him and Jalen Hyatt. All right, off max protection, bootleg. Let's get some chunk yards. And here comes Slayton coming back to the ball. All right, he goes for 29 yards. They made a play. They made a couple of plays here to get back into it. On 3rd and 12, would this drive stall with 6.5 minutes to go, down 28-7. And here comes Daniel Jones. He did this a bunch. Like these scrambles and these runs, picks up a yard more than the first down. Giants got some life. You got a fresh set of downs. And then I don't know what Brian Dable and Mike Kafka were doing, but look at this formation right here. What might they do inside the 1 yard line? All right, got a couple lead blockers. Let's give it to Saquon. Let him finish it. And just like that, the Giants cut the lead to 28-14. All right, here we go. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Less than a minute into the fourth quarter right here. How about Darren Waller? Here he is up at the top. Again, max protection, speedo route. Like, here comes Waller into the hole, created by Darius Slayton. Slayton opens it up. They run with him, leaves Waller wide open for 25 yards. And then you watch him right here. Here he is at the end of the line on the right side. Watch him on this crossing route right here. The Giants do an excellent job, play action pass with it. With Saquon and the right guard, McKeithen, now Daniel Jones has time and vision to find Waller for 14 yards. The offense came alive. And then if the Philadelphia Eagles can do the tush push and go all the way to the Super Bowl with it, why can't the Giants on 4th and 1? They had a great push from Bellinger and Waller and Daniel Jones with another 4th down conversion run. All right, then you get this. It's time for Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley in the desert to wake up. They're the two most valuable players on offense. And right here, it's an option route by Saquon. He fakes inside, goes outside. Daniel Jones puts it right on him. And just like that, Saquon hit the pylon for a touchdown, cutting the lead to 28-21 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the guys were chest bumping. They were getting excited right here. Now, they need the defense to step up. They needed some 3 and outs, and they got 3 straight 3 and outs on defense, including shutting down the run. Let's watch Bobby Okereke, number 58, the Giants' new middle linebacker right here. You get 3 tight ends. They're going to run the ball. Watch Okereke, like, go lateral, bounce off Zach Ertz, and go make the tackle. They shut the run down. They made it disappear. They squeezed it. They actually started playing run defense the way it's supposed to be played. And then the Giants would hold the Cardinals here on this drive to 43 seconds on a 3 and out. Watch Isaiah Simmons, the former Cardinal, number 19 here, on 3rd and long, come up and take DeMarcado out of bounds right here. And the Giants defense stepped up. 3 straight 3 and outs. Let's get the ball back to the offense here. So here we go. Here comes Waller in motion. It's 4th and 11. 4th and 11 with 7.5 minutes to go in the game. And Daniel Jones takes it in his own hand. Here the Cardinals, they have a 7-man zone, just an amoeba covering the 3 receivers of the Giants. And Daniel Jones says, I'll just do it myself. And he gets a block on the outside from Bellinger, and he goes 15 yards, and the Giants stay alive. And then, remember these speedo routes, these 2 receiver routes, okay, off play action, max protection, 2 tight ends in the game. Well, here comes Slayton and Jalen Hyatt, the rookie. Jalen Hyatt goes up high. Great throw by Daniel Jones. Maybe the best throw of the day for 31 yards. Another chunk. And then here you go. 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter from the 12-yard line or from the 11-yard line. Watch Isaiah Hodgins and Waller run these seam routes right at the Cardinals. Daniel Jones knew exactly where he was going. He's going to Hodgins to tie it. And you can tell right here that Daniel Jones got good protection. He stepped into his throw, and he made a stick throw for the game-tying touchdown. Perfect. Giants tie the game up with 4.5 minutes to go. Now, defense does their job again. Now they started executing here. Game-winning field goal drive right here. Perfect. Saquon Barkley pops a draw play for 10 yards. And then the next play. How about Darius Slayton at the bottom on an 18-yard comeback on timing? Watch this route and throw by Daniel Jones. Like right there, Daniel Jones has a ball out of his hands. Slayton turns around, the ball's right there. Getting into field goal range. But they could get a little bit closer. So here comes Saquon Barkley. Time for Saquon. Do some little bit of magic right here because he's got nothing. It's all bottled up. They've squeezed it, but he bounces it outside into the alley, and then he just started breaking tackle after tackle after tackle, leaving a wake of Cardinal players right here as he goes for the longest run of the day by a Giant, setting up this game-winning field goal of Graham Gano. 34 yards. Kreider is the snapper. Jamie Gillen is the holder. It's perfect. Laces. Graham Gano, 34 yards out. And the Giants, that's how they did it. They played great sticky defense in the second half. Offense scored on one possession after another. They got big chunk plays from their offensive stars. Waller, Saquon, Daniel Jones, Hyatt, Hodgins. The Giants leave the desert with a victory. One of the great comebacks in Giant history.
Yep. Well, you see it. Like I said, I could show you better than I could tell you. Like I said, yeah, that was an epic comeback by the Giants. Like I said, in the second half, like I said, things really changed for them. Like I said, they went to a different play calling. They went to more of an up-tempo, and chunk plays to get this thing under control and get back in this game. Because like I said, if you look at it, the Giants was outscored 60-0 before they scored their first point in the NFL season. 60-0. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys on, like I said, that was an anomaly, 40-0. But then you come down to the Arizona Cardinals, like nobody expected us to go down 20-0. You would think that, everybody would have their, want to get that Dallas loss out of their head and, get into playing some football and really come out with some enthusiasm and really come out with some fire. But that didn't happen against the Cardinals. They got shell shocked, the first half of the game. But like I said, in the second half, they woke up. And I hope going into this third game against San Francisco, that'll wake up. But San Francisco is not Arizona. They have a ferocious defense, and also their offense is, they're one of the top teams in the NFL. So that's going to be a very tough game. And going into that game, as far as the injury, Andrew Thomas, I don't know if he's going to play. He may not play. I mean, we need him to play because, like I said, that's our best left tackle, the best offensive lineman. We need him. If not, we're gonna have to go back to the Joshua Zulu again at left tackle, and also Ben Bredesen is not going to play also because he was in concussion protocol. So, that's too short of a turnaround, from Sunday to Thursday. So he's not going to clear the concussion protocol. So he's going to be out. So it looks like Lewinsky's going to start. So I guess they're going to put Lewinsky at left guard. It's going to be Ezeudu, Lewinsky, Schmitz, McKeithen, and Evan Neal. So in this game, it looked like judging by how the Giants been playing the first 2 weeks of the season, like I said, what leads us into the next topic was the concerning troubles in the trenches. And I think that's part of the Giants' problem in this season so far as the trenches on both sides. We're talking about the offensive side and also the defensive side. The offensive line, has been much maligned and they get all the criticism, which is rightfully so because the way the offense has been looking, Giants winning all season, got these weapons and things like that. And everybody expects this to be a high scoring, explosive offense. And that didn't materialize in the first game, the first game and a half, it didn't materialize at all. So everybody's wondering what happened. But in the second half against the Cardinals, you got to see what we all was envisioning and how it would look and things like that. But those things are not going to happen if the offensive line do not step up their game and play and do what they're supposed to do. Get out there and perform, do what you're supposed to do, execute and things like that. So it all starts up front with the offensive line. And also, like I said, the interior offensive line, if what's it, John Michael Schmitz, but for the first two games, he has I mean, I have no problems with John Michael Schmitz because the interior offensive line is important because if those guys get pushed back, into the quarterback have no time to. He's going to have to get out the pocket. He's going to have to look around and do things. That's going to mess up his timing. So the interior offensive line is very important. And I'm glad we got John Michael Schmitz because, like I said, he's a center. And so far, so good. I have no complaints with John Michael Schmitz. He's been playing. Now our guards are, they're not too good, and that's part of the problem too. If the guards aren't good and the right tackle has been underwhelming, like underperforming, it's gonna mess up your offense because the pressure is gonna come through there because the guys are not really blocking, especially on pass block. Run block is a little bit different because run block is like they're going over there and they're going to the defensive players, to like make a path for the running back. But pass block is like where you start having your problems at. Like I said, if you want to throw the ball, you have to have a great pass block. And that's gonna be the thing with the Giants, the thing for the Giants this season. Can we get good pass blocking from the offensive line? If we could get good pass blocking and good run blocking, we'll be a very balanced offense. We'll be able to score some points, more points than we've been scoring in the past, and get these weapons in space. And like I said, in the second half, you saw all that. You saw guys making plays. You saw Waller in the flats. You saw Jalen Hyde out, long bombs. Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell. This is what we envision. But all that is not going to happen unless the offensive line step up their game. Like I said, we already know Andrew Thomas. We ain't got to worry about that. One of the best left tackles in football. So the left tackle position is locked down. The other position who it can be locked down probably is the center position with John Michael Schmitz because he is a true center. Now, in the past, the Giants have had makeshift centers in there, and that's been part of our problem with the interior. But with getting this center right now, like I said, he's a center that's going to grow with us. He fits our timeline, everything. So that's another position we don't have to worry about. Now, the other positions are the guards. Now, Glowinski was a free agent signing that we signed a couple of years ago. And to me, it just hasn't worked out, So I'm pretty sure after this season, they're going to move on from Glowinski. See, right now he's being benched. So that already tells you they don't care. They're going to be, he's getting paid $8 million this year. That means nothing. So they'd rather eat the $8 million and sit him on the bench and put somebody in there who is going to perform. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you got to send a message. Guys got to either perform or they're not going to play. And that's the bottom line. So Lewinsky, he's the first casualty. The only reason he's playing now is because of guys are being out. But if them guys come back, he'll be on the bench. And then the other problem is our right tackle, Evan Neal. Our first round pick from last year. This is his second year. We expected a big jump, in the offseason. He had great workouts and things like that. Had a new stance and things like that. He was getting out of his stance much quicker. He was cutting out a lot of things that was making him come out of stance a lot slower. But that hasn't transpired on the field. So we're waiting to see that. If he can get his game together, that's going to be really huge for us because then that'll give Daniel Jones some confidence, especially then knowing that his left side, he always had confidence in his left side. But if he can get confidence in his right side, like, what I'm saying, that'd be even much better. And then we can even get the ball downfield a lot more if the right tackle can hold up. But like I said, the main thing is I think the Giants' problem this season is going to be in the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line. As much as the offensive line has been getting a lot of criticism, the defensive line has gone under they're going under the microscope. I mean, they're going under they're laying low. But the thing about it is, we are not getting any pressure or any sack from our defense, and that's part of the problem. They're letting guys. Their quarterbacks are sending them having all day to throw the ball, and they're picking us apart. And then also the defense also against the run. I mean, we're getting gashed in the run. In the offseason, we made a concerted effort to shore up the run defense, and so far it hasn't looked that way. We are getting gashed in the run. We got gashed against the Cowboys, and we got gashed against the Cardinals with James Conner rushing for 151 yards. I'm like, where's this run defense at? I mean, it's one thing if your defensive line is not even putting pressure up there and stopping the guy up, and it's like, so how are they getting through? So when you watch the game, it looked like when Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence goes to the bench, it's like it's like a field day out there. It's like we thought we corrected that problem, getting Ashawn Robinson and Nacho, but doesn't look that way. So unless these guys get their act together, we gotta stop the run. If we can stop the run, we'll be able to win. We'll be in a lot of games, and we'll be able to slow down some teams. Stopping the run is the most important thing. You got to be able to stop the run, because if you can't stop the run, you're going to get gashed, because you're going to get hit with RPOs, because you're going to get hit with the long bombs downfield, or you're going to get hit with the run. In football, you have to take one thing away from a team. You got to make them one-dimensional. If you can make them one-dimensional, you have a higher chance of winning the games. But if you can't make them one-dimensional, that's when it's going to be a balanced attack against you. You're going to have a lot, you're going to be in a lot of losing situations. So that's what the run game. Like I said, in the trenches, I'm looking for Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence to really step their game up to break that interior of the of the offensive line, break the interior. That we can give Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari some chance to run up in there and get some sacks. And that's another thing. These two guys are not really getting sacks. They're not really playing up to their potential, I don't think. It's like there's no way in 2 games you have 0 sacks. The pressures are real low. It's like I said, it's like, dude, you're getting paid to play. You have to play. You have to perform. You have to get in there. Like I said, if they beating your quarterback's ass, get in there and beat their quarterback ass. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, so to me, it seems like it's like, do we have any dogs on our team on defense? Because you've seen your quarterback get sacked 7 times, get hit 12 times by the Dallas Cowboys. That didn't make you mad. That didn't infuriate you or do anything. You know what I'm saying? Then you go against the Arizona Cardinals, and you still don't even sack their quarterback. How you don't sack their quarterback? So I want to know, what are we doing on defense? What are we doing on defense? If the defensive line and defensive front can't do anything or do their job, it's going to make the secondary look bad. It's going to make the DBs, the safeties look bad, because now it's like guys are getting to the second and third level because you're not stopping them up front. You're not putting pressure. You're not sacking the quarterback, and things like that. If we can sack the quarterback, put pressure up there, it makes our DB's life a whole lot easier. So we could get some turnovers, we can get some interceptions, we can get some stops. The main thing is to get 3 and outs and get off the field. If you can't get off the field on third down, the defense is going to be gassed. You're going to be giving up a lot of points. So it all works hand in hand. The defense got to help the offense. The offense have to help the defense, but we have to get it together. Like I said, I know everybody talk about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones he's the least of our problems. He's not the problem. The problem is the trenches. If the Giants can fix the trenches, like the offensive line and the defensive line, will be much better. This season will be a much better season. So, like I said, it's up to Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator, and it's up to Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, to get his act together. I know everybody want to call Kayvon Thibodeau a bust and things like that, but at the end of the day, I don't know what defensive scheme they're running and stuff like that, because in this game, the Cardinals game, Kayvon Thibodeau he dropped back in coverage 9 out of 34 snaps. So that's like 26%. 26% he's in coverage. Is like we drafted this guy to be a pass rusher. We need him get up there and get to the quarterback. That's what we need. That's what we need him to do. He's our best, but he's supposed to be our best pass rusher. Him and Azeez. It's like we got to let these guys loose. You know what I'm saying? We can't have them drop back in coverage. You have linebackers. Let the linebackers do that. You got Bobby Okereke, Micah McFadden, even Isaiah Simmons that we just got. So there's other alternatives. Like I said, I think we just need to really let Kayvon and Azeez do their job. Let them just get to the quarterback. That's all. Get to the quarterback. I know sometimes they want them to set the edge and do all this stuff, but listen, we need some defensive pressure. We need some sacks. We need to hurry these quarterbacks up, because these quarterbacks are getting way too comfortable. And if they get way too comfortable, the results is not going to be in our favor. We have to get to the quarterback and get them on the ground. That's what we need to do. So next game, Thursday night, got a tough one in San Francisco against the 49ers. Thursday night football, short turnaround. Hopefully, like I said, the injury with Saquon, they're saying like he may be day-to-day. I don't think he's going to play. And if he does play, I don't think he should play, because I don't want to risk, damaging it even more or re-aggravating it again. But if he plays, he plays. And it's like, if we get Andrew Thomas back, that'll be a big help, So like I said, Thursday night, I think I'm going to stream the game, so I'll go live stream the game on Thursday Night Football again. So that'll be the next time I'll be on. So like I said, if you like this episode, please hit that like button, and also leave a comment in the comment section, about, the Giants' concerns. If you feel like the troubles are in the trenches, which I believe they are, if we can correct the problems in the trenches, I think we'll be that much better. And like I said, we'll have a better result. But like I said, in the 49ers game coming up on Thursday, I know we're not slated to win that game. Like I said, with the injuries and things like that, we'll see who they tried out there. But I'm going to give a prediction. Even though I don't want to say, I think San Francisco do win the game 35-24 or something like that. But, I hope they shock me and, come back out and win the game and stuff like that. But like I said, stranger things have happened. It's a short turnaround in San Francisco. A win would be great. We definitely need the win. It'll be great. That'll put our season on the right track. But we'll see what happens. But until then, see you next time. Big Blue Nation. Thank you for watching the Man Cave podcast. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also leave a comment down in the comment section.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalize, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called The-Man-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rushing, please. Stay calm, you on the road and chill. To the watch along, the show's on. The host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean? We about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.